So I'm very pleased to invite the next speaker on stage, and that is Simon Collins.
Morning, everybody. Wow, what an incredible woman. Eva, you're incredible. Well, thanks for having me. As Eva said, I have a couple of ideas last year about what people should do, and this year I thought I'd share a few more. There's some slides coming up which you will enjoy. My name is Simon Collins. My handle is SimonCollins08. People like to tell me what I should do, so if you want to tell me what I should do, that's how you get hold of me. So I'm going to share some ideas on what I think you should do this year. Look at that. Oh, there we go. Can we go back? Thank you. Right, the famous writer in the 20th century, Sir Kingsley Amis, he was a writer and a poet. He wrote a wonderful story, and at one point he commented in that story, when you're married, you can be one of two things. You can either be right or you can be happy. You can't be both. Now, I know this firsthand. I'm sure many of you also know this. You can be right or you can be happy. Now, I think the same is true in a lot of arguments. In fact, I think the same is true for me in the world of sustainability. I know I'm right. I know all of you are right. I know we have to be more sustainable. But I'm not happy. We're not winning. We're not winning. We're losing. Every time there's more landfill, every time there's a terrible accident, we're not winning. So I want to be happy. I want little children to run through fields of daisies in 50 years' time and not have a black cloud above them or not have some terrible production facility where people aren't being looked after. I want that all to be an unpleasant moment in history that they think back about. So I want to be happy. I'm not worried about whether people think I'm right. In order to achieve that, we have to do something, and I need your help for this. So some of you may remember last year I asked you to help me out. I'm going to ask you again. So, Your Royal Highness, Excellencies, would you please help me by standing up, everybody? I know you've all got comfy, but please, everyone in the room, stand up. Now, turn around and make eye contact with someone that you don't know. Doesn't matter who it is, just look around, find someone that you don't know. Don't speak, no. Just make eye contact. Give them a big smile. Look them in the eye, give them your biggest, most open smile, and then hold out your finger and say, "You are wrong." You're wrong, I don't agree with you. Now, didn't that feel good? Wasn't that good? Wasn't that liberating? Okay, thank you. You can all sit down now. You see, we're not going to win the argument by just standing there and being nice and saying, "Oh, well, no, but I'm right. I've got the facts. I know the facts." Remember, we've got alternative facts now, so unfortunately, facts don't win the argument. So you've got to learn to get involved with people. You've got to get stuck in. You've got to say, "You are wrong." This is my sign for the next slide. Do you like that? Don't argue with stupid people. It's a waste of time. See, being stupid is a bit like being dead. You don't know anything about it. It's all the people around you that suffer. Which is true if you think about it. There's just no point in arguing with stupid people, so don't waste your time. But you do have to get stuck in, because you might be in an argument and you're not convincing the person you're arguing with, but you are convincing everybody else. And also, they respect the fact that you got stuck in. Like I learned when I was a kid, sometimes you just have to jump in. Just get stuck in, because we won't win if we don't get stuck in. When little Johnny Spartan from the Spartans used to go off to war, hundreds of thousands of years ago, whenever it was, his mum would say, "Look, little Johnny, you're going to war, it's going to be rough, here's your shield, take it with you. When you come back, you better be with that shield or on it." You understand what I mean by that, right? Little Johnny Spartan going off to war with your shield or on it. Well, that's what we've got to be with our sustainability argument. We can't lose. We can't lose. We've seen what happens in some countries right now when the wrong side win, right? And it's not good. It's not pretty. Where I live, it's not so good right now. It'll get better, but it's not great. It's not great in the UK. It's not great in Brazil. There's a few countries. So you've got to win. You've got to be with your shield or on it. You can't afford not to be. And then finally, I want to leave you with this. You're going to get stuck into arguments. You're going to be happy, even if people don't think you're right, because you're going to win the arguments. Because the fact is, you're going to win for good. You're fighting on behalf of good. And it's tough, but it's okay. You're going to get stuck into arguments. People are not going to like it. You're not going to convince everybody, but you're still going to do it. You're still going to get stuck in because you know that you have to win for good. And so that's my message this year. Let me know what you think. These are you can take your phone out and take a picture of that now if you like. This is the moment. You've got to be happy. Don't worry about being right. Don't worry about the facts. No one believes facts anymore anyway. You've got to be happy. You've got to win. You've got to get stuck in. You've got to tell people you're wrong. You're wrong. And you've got to mean it. It's not nice sometimes, but you've got to get stuck in. Stupid is dead. Don't argue with stupid people. It's pointless. You've got to be with your shield or on it. There's no way you can fail, all right? You can't fail. Don't come back here and say, I tried really hard, but, didn't really. It doesn't matter. With your shield or on it. And finally, you've got to win for good. So have a wonderful conference. I look forward to seeing all of you around. Thank you very much.